Yo, what's going on, you guys? Your boy Dwitch back to get another video. This is another day in my life building my business to $2 million for the year. In this video, we'll talk again about creatives, talk about performance, do a rev check, then I'll let you guys go. So let's get into it. So let's start talking about the first store, the jewelry store. You know, we've been talking about it all week basically, and I think I might have potentially, I'm not gonna say this because I was gonna say I cracked the code, but honestly I don't. I only have like 3 days of data, so I don't want to say anything crazy. But I want to kind of explain this concept to you guys of kind of understanding what level of sophistication, which is honestly a big word, that your audience is basically in. So for me, right, and I'll explain this so you understand what this means, because you guys probably might have never heard about this. But essentially, I don't know all the levels, so I don't want to go explain all the levels. I'm not gonna lie, I only know that mine is stage 4. But anyways, to be honest, I do, I just don't remember. But anyways, whatever. The level of sophistications basically tell you exactly kind of how aware someone is in a way of your product or service or just similar solutions. So for me specifically, I think I explained that wrong. I think, okay, whatever, just search it up. Just search up levels of sophistications marketing. Anyways, so for me specifically, I am level 4. So that means that people have seen my products or the products I'm selling multiple times because my shit's jewelry. So basically the only like reason why somebody would decide to buy my product at that point, because again, they've seen it multiple times from different competitors, is pricing or a different unique, you know, mechanism to a solution. So maybe, I don't know, if I'm selling a jewelry piece, maybe it's a Cuban link. Like for example, so someone's selling a Cuban link. Maybe they've seen the Cuban link so many times, or maybe your Cuban link, I don't know, maybe your Cuban link has a heart on it. And because the Cuban link has a heart on it, that's basically a different mechanism from all the other Cuban links. And there you have, you know, a unique product while it's still a similar solution to, you know, somebody's jewelry needs. I hope that makes sense. So in understanding that, you start realizing that the type of ads that are going to perform the best for those type of products, and I kind of fell into the trap of trying to make, again, thinking more like a dropshipper in a way, trying to make ads that are very like problem aware and solution heavy in a way. But the main thing about the product or the things that you're selling is you're really just trying to sell the, you know, the product. Obviously trying to sell an emotion, lifestyle, whatever for jewelry. But at the end of the day, the main thing that should be in the video is just showcasing different B-roll of the actual product. And at the same time, a lot of these ads will probably be problem aware and most aware, because you are basically just showing why this product is different in like a 10-second video, plus putting like trendy music B-roll in the background. Plus, you know, I found a lot of these bigger jewelry brands, they just literally just slap, or even apparel brands in general, they just slap B-roll of the product and just put the offer at the bottom, call it a day. And most of their ad account is literally just B-roll of the product plus offers. That's literally what a lot of their ad account is. Nothing crazy, nothing complicated. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, okay, why am I going out of my way to make these complicated ads that aren't necessarily able to scale, when I should just be looking again at what the bigger jewelry brands, people in my actual industry, are doing, you know, to print millions of dollars a month. So I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay. Yesterday, I looked at a bunch of different brands and I came up to the conclusion that, okay, this week, or not this week, but yesterday, we're going to try to make ads that we just showcase the product, different B-roll of the product, different creators wearing it, because we have a bunch of clips already. So it's nothing crazy, just mash them up and put, you know, trendy music. Like we put that Nokia Drake song in the background. We put other like trendy songs like that, this one Lotto song and stuff like that. That's really going crazy right now. And that's what these jewelry brands are essentially doing. They're really just, I think a lot of them are even coming up with new concepts. It's literally just the name of the product, the offer that they're running, you know, or the name of the collection, offer that they're running. Simple, easy like that. B-roll, different B-roll, and they can remake these ads so many times because it's different B-rolls. People haven't seen this B-roll before, and it becomes to a thing where, again, with jewelry, for the most part, you know if you're gonna buy it the moment you see what the product is like. You're not gonna really sell somebody on a product that they don't want, if that makes sense. Like if I see a jewelry piece, before you even show me the rest of your ad, I already know if I fuck with it or not. You know, the only thing that's going to determine if I buy it or not at that point is gonna, I guess, be the price, one, and two, if I believe that the branding is, so the price and the branding, I guess, is one and two. So it's like, if I believe that this is worth, the price is worth the value that I'm getting, you know what I mean? So in understanding that, it's like, okay, the whole goal with this then should just be to, you know, build up the perceived value with the brand, one, and two, just, you know, provide as much clips, or not clips, but as much footage or ads that, you know, showcase what offer we're actually running. Because for the most part, we're honestly running pretty good offers. It's just we're not necessarily vocalizing as much as we should. So I'm like, okay, we're running a summer sale. The main hero product has never been this low before. So we're really just honing in on that. And we've been seeing honestly some pretty decent performance. Like one of our best ads lately has been literally a static ad. It literally says the offer on it, and that's it. Nothing crazy, just a picture of the product, static ad, boom. It's doing well. I believe it got a good amount of sales at like a 2 point some or 3-ish ROAS. And the crazy thing about this is I made these ads, or I got them made from my editor as bottom of funnel ads. You know, most of the time bottom of funnel ads, most of where ads or these type of ads where you just strictly just push the offer. And you know, usually when you check the frequency, because that's how you kind of check what audience is seeing it, if the frequency is like around a 2-ish, then for the most part it is, you know, a bottom of funnel content. It's going to a warm audience. But a lot of these ads that are statics, that are most of where ads that are just honing in on the offer, you know, the frequency is at 1 point something, like very, very low frequency, telling me that, okay, these ads are going to actually colder audiences, and maybe they wanted to buy a product like this in the past. You know, ours has a specific USP to it, or UMP, whatever you want to call it. Mostly USP, honestly. But I don't know why I said the same thing, basically. But anyways, it has a different selling point than a lot of the different ones that are pretty similar to the one that we're selling. And because of that, if we just explain to them that this one's a bit different through the videos, just given the offer, why, you know, they should buy it right now, I think we might be honestly in a better position to scale, rather than forcing to convince somebody to buy it by kind of explaining that there's a bigger problem that there is. Obviously, marketing, your goal in a way, not even in a way, is to convince somebody to buy and explain why there's a lot of value for them to purchase whatever said product. But in the jewelry space, it's kind of a different ball game in a way, because at the end of the day, some products, it's solely just about showing the lifestyle. Some products, it's mostly about showing the emotion. But ours, like, it's about showing the emotion, but at the same time, you know, there's this aspect of it where we can hone in on just target the people that just want deals. Like if you look at a lot of these bigger jewelry brands, like let's say Shop God is like the store called, what is it? Every Jewels. There's like other jewelry brands. They're really just focusing in on their offer. Like a lot of these, Sanucci, like a lot of the jewelry brands, their offer is kind of crazy. Like you'd be like, damn, how the heck are they giving away 50-60% off? And they're running this shit all year round. Like all year round they're running a sale. Like there's never been a time I checked at one of those sites and they're not running the quote-unquote biggest sale ever. And it's like, okay, you can't necessarily be afraid for any, and this is for apparel only. I'm not saying for other type of stores. Some other stores, it doesn't make sense to run those type of offers, and I'll talk space on that maybe another video. Though specifically for this situation where I'm at for that store, you know, it's looking like, okay, again, this type of content is what's going to benefit us the most. So that's what I'm going to test this week and see what the performance looks like. Again, we have one ad that's doing pretty well. Honestly, a couple of them seem like they're going to pick up traction as well. But it seems like that's kind of the game plan here. And we might potentially crack a winning angle if one of these type of ads do well. So that's kind of like a new thing that I've been testing this week with the jewelry store. Again, this is only really applicable to jewelry stores for the most part, or apparel stores, or just fashion in general. But yeah, that's one. For two as well, we've been sending people to the collection page, a bestseller page, basically telling them, yo, these are the bestsellers. and then it says, yo, buy one get one 15% off, blah blah blah. And then some of them are discounted, some of them aren't. One of the products is sold out, and we try to kind of just build that urgency and tell them like, yo, this is just gonna end today. And from that, honestly, again, we don't have enough data. I don't want to like always jump to conclusions when we see decent performance, but you know, it's looking like that those two changes alone will probably yield us decent performance, at least maybe in the short term. I don't know about the long term, but currently right now it's looking like, again, that collection page is also giving us room to increase our AOV, because again, we're telling them buy one get one 15% off, as well as they're seeing other products on the collection page. They're like, maybe let me add that. We also have an in-cart upsell for shipping protection, you know, other, what do we have? Shipping protection, lifetime guarantee. Usually people add a lifetime guarantee to the just add it to the product in general, but I decided to just charge for it. It's a lifetime guarantee, 1 year guarantee. We do 90 days warranty guarantee, but we decided to do, you know, pay for the 1 year if you want it, and then lifetime if you want it. And then that gives us a good amount of margin. And yeah, that's kind of what that jewelry store is looking like. Like nothing too crazy to even go over right now, but those are like two wins that I think we have. I don't know if they're for sure wins, because we need to see on the 7-day window if this performance holds up. But today performance is very, very good. Yesterday was vastly. Yesterday was very decent as well. And yeah, I think we honestly might be heading in the right direction. And again, if that's the case with those type of ads, the off just showing the offer straight up, I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be so easy to replicate these ads. I'll literally do a photo shoot, honestly, because again, that's another thing with these fashion brands. You kind of have to, the branding essentially has to be on point, and I feel like that's a part of it that we're lacking. Like, yeah, we have custom pictures and shit like that. Like, yeah, we have custom UGC, but I feel like the site images can be a lot better as well. So yeah, that's kind of the approach we're going. We're trying to, again, build this to be a bigger brand than it has been. Just stop like the approach of taking this or operating this like a dropshipping store and taking it more like a jewelry store. That's what I'm keep talking about, how other big jewelry stores are operating, because that's who ultimately we want to mimic. We don't want to mimic dropshipping stores, because again, I don't want to go on a whole tangent. I did a whole tangent about that yesterday. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that specific store. So that's store one. Store two, the health store. Honestly, performance this week hasn't been the worst. Like, it's been like around, I believe, break even, or maybe losing a bit of money. But nah, honestly, it's probably break even, honestly. And what we've been running is just literally one CBO with all the creatives in them. In doing that, we realized some of these creatives aren't getting spent, which is okay. That just means those ads aren't good enough. So I went back, last night. My bad, guys. I analyzed literally all our ads that got the most sales, even if they're unprofitable. Because if they're getting sales and getting, you know, traction, then for the most part, there's something there in the desire that is working. There's something there in the ad visuals, hooks that is working, but you have to kind of dig deeper and make the ads a lot better to kind of see the next level scale and kind of build off iterations off that. That's something that I kind of lacked with that store. I wasn't necessarily kind of looking at the creative feedback loop, because I was testing so many different shit for literally no reason, honestly. We could just been focusing on the creatives, if I'm be honest. But we're back testing on creatives. We're testing top 4. Again, we're seeing better performance now. And the biggest thing for that store, again, I've been telling you guys it's a new store, is that we need to just put the foot on the gas and start testing creatives, just going crazy, just creatives, just keep, you know, cycling new creatives. Like, again, last night I found 3 ads that were doing fairly decent, and not fairly decent. One of them was really unprofitable, but it spent $700 though. But at first it was doing well. Like, and that's the thing. Some ads, honestly, they do very well at first, but after it crushed like $500 in sales, the performance diminishes, because it's not the best ad in the world, but it's a good enough ad to essentially grab the people that were already looking for this product or a similar product, and it's easy to grab those people because they're already looking for the product. But the people that you actually want to target, I talked about this in depth, I think last video as well, but the people that you really want to target that are like problem aware, like they have the problem but they're not necessarily looking for it, those people you're not going to be able to target, because the video isn't like explaining it well enough, and you're not really honing down on what their actual pain point is in depth and talking exactly to the consumer. So that's why um I'm going to, while I sit back and I analyze again what was working for those one ads, and I basically took the concepts, so the mass desire that was working for that specific ad for all three of them, or all three of them I should say, put it on the doc, analyze all the performance, the KPIs, looked at it, okay, what's doing shit here, what's doing bad here, and I really just went through it and really analyzed again every aspect of it. Okay, what awareness level are we targeting? Those were very solution aware people that again know the solution for the most part, similar solutions, and we didn't again explain anything in depth for real, for real. There was a specific person. Honestly, no, we weren't even talking to a persona as well. We were just talking like broadly to people facing the product problem. So this new ads that we're trying to make is trying to talk specifically to one persona, um, in like just one persona in general, one mass desire, and yeah, just use exactly the language that these people are speaking like. Because again, we have a doc now that has all the Reddit, a lot, well, not a lot, but like 10 Reddit forums of people talking about their initial problem, and we are using these to basically feed to ChatGPT to tell ChatGPT, yo, talk exactly like this customer. Here's the framework that we want to use for the ad, and just do that. And yeah, we have VSLs that we made. I'm kind of chilling off these VSLs because I'm trying to use what is already working to kind of drive us some initial performance, because the VSLs aren't getting spent in the ad account for whatever reason. It is still like day three, but realistically they should get spent. Well, I know why they're not getting spent. The main reason why they're not getting spent is because again, a lot of those ads in there are very, some of them are actually most aware. So one of them is a static that just literally says, "Yo, last chance, buy this shit," for all the people from the past like weeks that didn't purchase. So that's been doing pretty well. But we don't want to rely on most aware to obviously generate sales. Like that's bottom of funnel retargeting content. We want to actually um rely on again more top of funnel ads to drive sales, and we haven't necessarily been able to crack that yet because the other ones are I don't know, they're not performing well inside that CBO. So that's why on Sunday, after I think that's 7 days now I've been running that campaign, I'm gonna turn off anything that's been doing shit. Honestly, probably not even getting spent, and I'm gonna just relaunch new creatives in there, and see what performs. And again, those are gonna be based off iterations of what was already working. We're gonna use similar clips as well, just so we make sure that we are honing in on the same kind of mass desire. Again, persona is going to be a bit more targeted, talking to a specific person, and making sure that we are again talking exactly like them, not making it broad, so vague. That's kind of the issues that I was seeing when I was analyzing those ads. I made those ads over like a month ago, and upon analyzing them now, after like all like the research that I've done and a bit of like I got a bit better, I guess, at understanding how to make these ads. I realized that these were very vague ads. Like you're saying like stuff like, "Hey, are you struggling with knee pain?" Like shit like that, and it's like, okay, cool, but like if somebody's actually really in pain, you have to again speak their language, use the exact verbiage that they're using, you know, give like emotional stories that they can relate to for the most part, and just really just essentially just take them from, being in a situation where they're in pain to be like, damn, I need this product. Like a lot of the times if you're making a solution and we're ad, if again not looking for it, they're not necessarily, though they don't have the desire isn't built up yet for them to desperately need to buy the product. So yeah, that's kind of like a little in on what I've been seeing on the second store. And yeah, creators are lacking a bit. But I do think if we can crack one winning ad, which we actually do have another VSO that we're making, I lied. We have one VSO that submitted 2 days ago, I forgot. So if that VSO does well, then we're in a good position. If it doesn't, then we're cooked. We're still testing creatives. But the whole goal here is just to identify one winning creative that we can just build up iterations on and just make a super ad. And from there on, if we can crack this one winning VSL, because there's so many personas that we can kind of work off with this specific product, we can literally just remake the VSO multiple times with different professions, I guess you can say, or personas rather, I guess makes more sense. So it's like really just again working to get these winning creatives. And I'm gonna touch base on a little bit what I just said like a few seconds ago about me literally not knowing who the target audience is. That's kind of an issue that I think a lot of us probably have when we are first selling a product. Like a lot of the times you are trying to rip the ads from your competitors. While that is very good to get your initial traction, to get, first couple of sales to understand, okay, this is break even. Let me put more dollars into that. And that's kind of what I do with this store. I basically ripped ads. I stitched it together, used my own little bullshit script, but it was very generic. It was literally the thing that I was telling you about earlier, saying, "Hey, are you struggling with knee pain?" And then yeah, it worked, but that type of shit doesn't work at scale because again, it's too vague and you're not being as specific as possible. You're not really targeting a, you know, audience that has a big problem. You're just saying, "Hey, you have this problem," and if the person's actively looking for this shit, then yeah, they're gonna buy it because the offer and the value aligns and stuff. But you don't want those customers because then otherwise your results are gonna be very inconsistent. And you're never gonna pop a hot winner. You kind of want to use the web ads to get proof of concept, and essentially once you get that proof of concept and understand, okay, I'm getting sales, it's break even, I'm profitable, whatever, but I'm not losing that much money, and I understand this product can sell because I validated it. That's when you need to do research on the sorry, the customers, and understand exactly who the customer is, understand again what personas to target, understand what mass desires they have, understand exactly their pain points, understand exactly how they speak. And once you understand all of those, that's when you can go ahead and do iterations of your losing ads. That's kind of something that again I'm telling you guys what I fucked up on, because I'm running these two stores and shit. So like my focus is kind of all over the place, and that's why I've been also re kind of fixing my schedule to make sure that I have time to work on both of these. But nevertheless, I came up to the conclusion. I was able to understand again that I need to essentially go back and look at the creative feedback loop that I've been preaching for the first store, but I haven't doing for the second store, and understanding what is working on these initial ripped ads and what can I use to make better ads, and then essentially either make it via sales or make more in depth and have more have more intentionality behind the ads I'm making. That's all it's about, really. You don't want to just make ads just to make ads. Like there'll be so much situations where you guys probably just making ads to make ads, saying I'm in 5 ads a day. But the thing is with that is that you're not talking to one persona. You're talking to everybody. You're not targeting a big mass desire because you didn't do the research. You don't know how they actually speak. You don't actually know what problem you're actually solving, and your ad isn't really shifting their belief on anything. You're kind of just telling them what everybody else tells them, and that's the biggest thing with again these type of problem solving products as well. You are probably selling for the most part again a stage 4 product. That's kind of what I was talking about for the jewelry store. A product that people have already seen multiple times in the market. They've seen similar solutions, and for the most part, the way that you're going to be able to find success with this product is conveying in it's not even a word conveying to the customer what the essential unique um mechanism problem is. Like tell them exactly what is the problem, and then you provide your solution to the problem, the UMS, sorry, basically explain them, okay, this is the actual problem and this is how mine actually solves it, and this is why the other products don't work. So you want to kind of contrast and explain to them why the other shit doesn't work, because if you just say, hey, mine works, it doesn't make sense to the customer for the most part. They're just gonna say, hey, your product is like any other knee brace, but you have to say, yo, these knee braces do this is the problem with the other knee braces, but our knee braces solves the actual root cause to the actual problem. And then people are gonna be like, huh, damn, the other knee braces low key, they're low key shit. And then from there, you have a better, gauge of potentially, getting more sales and getting fucking rich. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm really, really, really just trying to crack these ads and you know essentially just shift their beliefs and just get them to understand, okay, the problem they think that they've been having, that isn't the problem, bro. That's not the problem that you're having, G. The problem is this, and this is what you need to do to solve it, which is my product. Or rather, you explain the actual solution but without before the product, and it just segues easily into the product. So you can say, okay, you know, you think the issue is, I don't know what the issue with knee pain is. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. You think the issue with, yeah, I don't know, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? That's kind of the angle that you have to go into, and that's why this marketing stuff is a bit deeper than we see for the most part. A lot of the time, you can find a winner pretty quickly. Like sometimes you might, get lucky, right place at the right time, find the right product. The stars align, and you just mess around and you start pumping 10K days really fast. For the most part, these days though, if you're not selling like a jewelry product, or like if it's not a situation where the stars align magically, you're gonna have to put a lot more work into it to kind of build up and scale this business, because again, you have to understand the consumer. And if you don't want to understand the consumer, then I suggest selling jewelry products, probably, but or apparel shit, like stuff like that, beauty. Even beauty you have to understand, honestly. But I think for the most part, a lot of you guys will be in a situation where it'll be more beneficial for y'all to sell problem solving products. So that's why I'm telling you guys to really just do the research and, you know, understand the fundamentals of marketing. That's all that this shit's about at the end of the day. Understanding your consumer, having a good offer, you know, good creatives, and that's like the three pillars. They're not easy, but they're the three things that essentially dictate your success. So yeah, that's kind of, I guess, honestly, it for this video. I gotta head to the gym. Your boy Loki woke up early as stuff, early as shit. Yeah, I've been going to bed pretty early, grinding lately, but it's all gonna be worth it, boys. So you know, yeah, let's get into it. Rev check real quick before I let y'all go. Let me show you performance on the first store. Oh, that's pretty good. So today we are at $600. As you can see, we're up $89 for the day, or 89%. Sorry, fairly decent. We will probably crack. I don't know what we're gonna crack. I don't say a number. Probably like 1.2 maybe. Yesterday we cracked 1K. As you guys can see, the last couple of days we were like damn near poverty. I mean, this is still poverty, but hopefully we can maintain these fucking results and continue to scale. Hopefully, fuck. Yeah, we've been trenches for a minute, so it's like I'm kind of numb at this point. But yeah, today there's no sales yet for the second store, but I don't really give a fuck. It's literally it's still pretty early, but this is the results right now, or yesterday rather, for the second store. As you can see, we're for the most part getting sales every single day now. Um, yeah, it's all about now just making sure that we get better ads for both stores, honestly. And yeah, guys, like as you guys can see, your boy, I'm grinding, man. Like the things aren't working out right now necessarily, but we're making progress, learning new things. Even if you're not at the 100K a month mark, honestly, it is what it is. You know, again, I'm learning new stuff every single day that I didn't know before, and I know it's just only a matter of time where this stuff clicks and we start pushing to these levels. So again, I'm not stressed. I'm not anything. I understand. I just need to trust the process. I trust in God and stuff. So I understand. Okay, any trials and tribulations that I go to is just to build me up as who I need to be. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like when you're in the down periods with the business, that's when you really, for one, get humbled. Two, kind of understand, do I really want to do this? And understand, yeah, like I gotta lock in. Like you understand, you can't take your foot off the gas. You understand you can't take any of this stuff for granted. Like a lot of y'all, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. You guys are going to be in a situation where you're gonna be grinding so long, so long, so long. You're gonna have a breakthrough. You're gonna make, hundreds of thousands of dollars, hopefully in profit as well. And you're gonna be in a situation where you're gonna feel like you're on top of the world. Hopefully this doesn't happen to you. But I promise, for the most part, for everyone that I've seen, this is something that usually happens. And then you're gonna get humbled. And you're gonna be in a situation where it's not as easy as it once was. And at that point, that's when you have a decision to either you're like, damn, am I going to quit, or you're going to go harder and make sure that this is like a repeatable thing that you do for the rest of your life. And in that experience, you start getting humbled, or humbler, I guess, that you can say in a way, and you understand, I can't take this stuff for granted. And I essentially just have to keep working, stay disciplined. And you kind of also get numb to losses and wins. That's kind of where I'm at this point in my journey. I'm kind of numb to losing money. I'm kind of numb to losses. Like I don't really care. I could lose 5K. Obviously I don't want to lose 5K, but if I lose 5K testing a product, 5K on whatever a bad business practice that I like. Let's say I don't know. I forgot to change and campaign to 500 to I put it to 5K. I don't know. That's a bad example, but let's say anything that happens to my life at this point, I'm kind of numb to it, bro. And I think that's what just happens from experience. I guess being in the game for a long time, you kind of just get numb to this stuff. And fuck, I'm just yapping right now, but that's the truth. I hope any one of you guys that haven't seen success yet, I hope you guys hit that success. And I hope once you hit that success, please don't take your foot off the gas. I know you want to buy the car. Fuck it, do it. But understand what you're doing, for one, with the car aspect of it. And for two, don't go crazy with like spending money and stuff. Like if you're going to buy expensive things, make sure that you have an equal amount of savings. So probably like honestly, anything that you're buying, honestly, and I'm not a financial advisor, but at least have like 3x plus of what you're buying in cash, just so you can be good if shit hits the fan. Because I promise you, shit will hit the fan. And you want to be able to support yourself. For one, support your business, and two, support yourself financially in terms of hardship. Because bro, that stuff's gonna come. Whether you think it's not going to, it will. I promise you, it will. Everyone that had hardships, and you're going to realize if you like watch a lot of like business podcasts, documentaries, or just read books in general. I don't read books, I'm not gonna lie, but I should, to be honest. But if you look at those type of stuff from all the bigger entrepreneurs, they've all went bankrupt. And honestly, I don't want to be bankrupt. I'm not going to lie to you. But you have to understand, a lot of this shit's part of the game. I said this saying so much, and I'm just probably, this might be like my favorite quote, honestly, at this point. But you lose 10K trying to make 100K. You lose 100K trying to make a mil. You lose a mil trying to make 10 mil. And that's just the nature of the game. No matter how up you are in this game, you're going to lose money trying to make it to the next level. And that's kind of what it is. Like, I guess the shit is low key is a video game. Like people always say that, but that's literally at this point that's literally what it is, bro. Like, you're grinding so hard to get to the level, and sometimes you might be struggling to beat, the final boss or whatever, and you have to keep pushing, bro. Are you gonna just rage quit? There's no way you're gonna rage quit life, bro. You can't rage quit life because life just goes on, bro. You have to keep working to beat the final boss to get to where you want to go in life. So yeah, that's kind of what I have for the day. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I cooked there. I don't know. This video again, low key, like I feel like my videos are all over the place. I kind of appreciate you guys watching, showing love. Recently I've been getting a lot of, you know, DMs, people saying they fuck with the videos. A lot of people honestly been commenting and stuff. So I again appreciate you guys very, very much. Um, yeah, love y'all boys, girls, whatever. And yeah, if you made it this far in the video, again, I've been liking to do these because I've been seeing who really is a real one and is actually making it to the end of the videos. If you made it this far to the video, comment or down below. I don't know why I like that word. I don't know. I just fuck with it. So if you fuck with me, you've been watching the videos, you like the value I'm giving, whatever, comment or below. Let me know that you made it this far into the video. And I don't know. I'll buy you a cookie. I don't know, gang. But I appreciate y'all boys very, very much. If you guys want to talk to me about any of your ecom problems, my info is in the link in the description. DM me on IG. Discord coming very, very soon. I've been saying this for so long. It just seems like I'm capping, but guys, I've been honestly, you guys see what the stuff I've been talking about. I've been honestly pretty busy with my stories and stuff. So yeah, low-key, I might just need someone to build this Discord with me. I don't know. DM me if you know how to build Discord, and yeah, honestly, DM me honestly if you know how to build a Discord and you're with, join the free Discord. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have payment for you for the Discord. I'm not monetized on YouTube, so fuck. Low-key, nobody's gonna do it for the free ski, but fuck. I don't know. If someone's down to help, just point me in the right direction, help me. I'll greatly appreciate it. But yeah, I'm yapping. It's kind of late now. Gotta get some pumping. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Catch y'all in the next video. Peace. Let's get fucking rich, boys. Real.